What is up, guys? Rick is here going over new leaked DLC coming out after the House of Wolves DLC releases in March. So this picture you're seeing right now is from Planet Destiny. They're a great news site linked in the description, and it's basically saying that after the House of Wolves DLC, there's going to be another big DLC. Like, it's important to see not only the size, like they represent, you can see, when the actual game Destiny comes out, it's represented by, the picture of the actual case it came in, and this Comet Plague of Darkness after the House of Wolves DLC is represented by the same picture, basically saying that it's maybe necessarily like another game's worth of content. Now, if you scroll down to the activities section, it's saying what activities are added in all the DLCs. You can see, like, let's compare to Dark Below. There's 3 missions added in the Dark Below. In Comet Plague of Darkness, there's 12. So just massively more content. Also, just strikes. 4 new strikes apparently added in Plague of Darkness. So the amount of content added with Plague of Darkness is really, it feels like a whole new game. It kind of makes me wonder if Bungie somewhat made the wrong choice calling the first 2 expansions and rather DLCs, because Comet Plague of Darkness feels like a full-bore expansion. It's also possible, no one has really talked about this yet, but it is also possible that Comet Plague of Darkness is a new Destiny game. Like, that's not 100% confirmed, that's just my own theory, but if you look at the chart, it does say they each have their own games, and it's possible that Destiny has, Dark Below, House of Wolves, Comet then comes out as its own game, and then has the next 2 DLCs that you see here. But let's assume, though, that, and Comet Plague of Darkness doesn't really sound like its own game, so let's assume Comet Plague of Darkness is just a massive DLC for Destiny, and that would then say that the next one, the expansion 3, what's called Vex Void, is then coming out, and then lastly, Forge of the Gods coming out. So Vex Void does make sense. I mean, considering the Fallen will have their own DLC with House of Wolves, the Dark Below was a Hive-focused DLC, there hasn't been a Vex-focused DLC, so having Vex Void does make sense. Forge of the Gods, I have no idea. Like, the picture of the thing on Forge of the Gods, I have no idea what that is. Hopefully we'll see an entirely new enemy or even ally type with that DLC. I'm excited for that, but you can see that it's still very much under development because they don't have anything listed under the activities section for Forge of the Gods. Now, also, the leaked DLC subclasses, which I've made a video on, are supposed to come out for Comet Plague of Darkness, which makes the most sense in this kind of mega DLC. That's where you're going to get the 3 new subclasses, and then the rest kind of... I don't want to be calling the DLCs expansions, because the expansions sound like the bigger one, but in any event, the next expansion 3 and 4, are just going to be very similar to the Dark Below, where they just add a little bit more stuff, whereas, again, this Comet Plague of Darkness seems to be the tipping point in adding most of the new content people are adding for. So what we can understand from this picture is that Bungie plans on supporting Destiny a while into the future, which is a great thing. I'm wondering how they're going to do, what this is going to cost, because it was $40 just for the first 2 expansions. I'm not sure if there's going to be a new Seasons Pass, or if you're going to have to buy Comet by itself, and then there's going to be Seasons Pass for Vex and Forge. I'm not sure how that's going to work. We can only just speculate on pricing and how they're going to be outlined and when they're going to necessarily be coming out. And keep in mind that this picture, it could have been leaked very early on in development, so things could have changed. But what this picture is saying definitively is that Bungie will continue to support Destiny, and that we can plan to see much more content for Destiny after the House of Wolves come out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe for more Destiny content. And as always, have a good day.